Hi there. This is my video for final project of International Business 303, about for our China field study. First of all, I want to say that the trip was entirely awesome, and I'm glad I went on it. But I'm gonna get into more of that later. I guess I'll start off with how I prepared for this trip. I was kind of on the edge when I first heard of it through Cast 100. I was just said like they had a field study and they were hosting this, and I thought, well, it's pretty cool. Go to China for 2 weeks. I wasn't expecting much, but I heard that was 60 easy credits. Turned out to be a lot more than I thought that I bargained for. I was telling my friends, family, and everybody about going to China, and that's so cool. And personally, in my mind, I was like, I'm just a trip to China for 2 weeks. Like, I wasn't expecting much. Probably my biggest apprehension to the whole trip. I was thinking at first was I'm gonna miss home. I'm gonna get homesick real fast because I was never been out of the country before. But I quickly found out once I got there that I didn't want to come home. But I'll get back into that a little bit more in a tiny bit. But where to start off next? Steps I took to prepare myself. Did all the work for the 2 classes. Got visas and stuff. Had to do all that. Got my passport and everything. It was an experience in itself just getting ready for this trip. Well, okay. First, initial impressions for my teammates now. When I first saw everybody at the airport, I was like, who are these people and why did I get myself into? I didn't have much of an idea of anybody who in our trip, except for maybe 5 people out of a total 23 students. But as the whole 2 weeks went on, within like 5 days, we were all best of friends. I don't know what happened, but there's a lot of bonding going on. And I think it was a great experience for me as well. Speaking of that, that's probably one of the things I've gained out of this trip was that I've become a more open person now. Like, I was completely shy, like, when I was before this trip. And now something happened to me, and I just seem more active and, I don't know, engaged and everything. Anyways, back to this. What was it like to enter as an outsider? It felt kind of weird because, again, I've never been out of the country before in my life, and going to a literally the other side of the planet to engage in this field study was just kind of remarkable in a sense. But I quickly found out that America is like loved over there because everybody was just, oh, Americans. They jump in our photos and everything. They ask questions about America. It's remarkable in a sense, and people over there are actually really cool. So I actually just love this experience entirely. Key differences between my original expectations. Again, I wasn't expecting much out of this trip. Do some sightseeing, take a couple classes, but I've gained completely new insights in the world. Just in how business is conducted, stuff like that. Let's say, Dr. Kreiser's lesson on Starbucks. That was completely convincing fact that how the world, one company has based themselves off of working with their suppliers. It's in just their suppliers in a sense. And the marketing and stuff, but they just how do you say it? They've formed complete relationships with their suppliers so that they insure themselves for the future. Stuff like that, and we talked about other stuff too. Took the Chinese classes; those are interesting. Gave us a little background history and the culture, how to do some calligraphy and stuff like that. That was cool. Didn't expect to do all of that. Got my name. I can't pronounce my Chinese name though. I know it means good spirit or cheerful. That was interesting. What am I taking away from this experience? Again, this gave me a new look into how the world operates. Just a new culture in general, and I've just loved the experience. And personally, I feel one of the things I didn't like about it was that it was only 2 weeks long. I mean, 2 weeks in China is not enough at all. I mean, 2 weeks anywhere isn't enough at all when you think about it. That's why one of the things I hope to do next summer, or if not that, then summer after, is go back to China for 3 to 4 months to a school that came to talk to us called Hutong School. I hope to go there again and either take intensive Chinese classes, or or as they can help you find internships in Beijing, which I think would be utterly awesome. Just putting on your resume saying you worked in China for a few months would just be remarkable in a sense, I believe. Things I want to tell any students who think about doing this. Just if you go to some other country, talk to the natives. You will learn so much from that experience. It's ridiculous. I think the most I've got out of this trip, it was literally from a 12-hour train ride I took to Xi'an. There was one girl in our train car. She was native of Xi'an. Literally, I talked with her for 7.5 hours straight. We talked about her culture, my culture, and just other stuff like that. You'll gain so much knowledge and insight into a new culture by just talking to individuals. I've talked with other people too. We went to a school. I set up Skype accounts with some of the people I've met over there, and it's just, I've been keeping contact with them already. It's just remarkable in a sense. Anything I would have done differently, or something I did, again, I would have loved to stay longer. Yeah, that's about it. I just did not like anything about this trip. Everything was just perfect. Actually, there's one thing. I wish I could have engaged more with Chinese people in general, like took a class with them. But other than that, it was complete awesomeness in its own right. Again, I would like to thank Dr. Kraja and Dr. Gutgold for setting this up. You guys are amazing, and I hope we can do something else in the future. Until then, this is Mike Popp signing off.